Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, my name is Sapphire. Today I just wanted to sit down and talk about some of the things that I got for Christmas. So I got some fun stuff to play with. This is going to be like a chatty, get ready with me first impressions video. I already did my brows and did some spot concealing just to save some time. So to get started, I'm going to be using the KVD Lolita palette. And I'm going to try and use as many shades as possible. But to get started, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes. And I'm going to be using the Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. Okay, now that my eyes are primed, I'm going to zoom in a little bit just so you can see what I'm doing on my eyes. Okay, since I want to try and use as many colors as possible, I'm gonna set my primer. I don't usually do that, but for the sake of this video, I will be doing that. I think I'm gonna use Besitos to set my primer. If you didn't want to use a fluffy brush, you could also just use like a flat shader brush to do this. But because I don't want too much color being packed on, I just want more of like a wash, I'm using a fluffy brush. Alright, so with that first color down, I am now going to pick up a flat packing brush. This is from Spectrum. I think I'm gonna go with Recuerdos. I don't know if I said that right. My Spanish is terrible. Anyway, taking that color and just packing it all over. So, how was everyone's holidays? Mine were pretty good, pretty chill. Hung out with family. Got some cool gifts. Which I wasn't really expecting to get anything this year. I mean, I never expect to get anything, you know. I like to give more than what I like to receive, but I was pretty happy with what I got. I got a new tattoo. Oh, I also got like a shadow making kit from my mother-in-law that's pretty cool. It comes with pigments and like a little mixing powder to put with it to make it more like an eyeshadow than just a pure pigment. And I played with that the other day and made some colors. I'll tell you what, it's a lot trickier than people think to come up with something. Okay, now that color's packed on, I'm gonna go in with that brush that I used earlier and blend out the edges. I might even smoke this out even more and bring that color further up into the crease, which is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm just going to pat that up here in the crease. And I'm patting the color first just so it stays where I want it to, and then I'll be blending out the edges later. So yeah, my Christmas was pretty awesome, and my New Year's was pretty great too. We weren't really planning on doing anything, but we got invited out by some friends because they were doing a New Year's party at their house, and that was pretty great. We got smashed and played Smash Bros. And even while I was trashed, I was kicking everybody's ass. You like that rhyme? I'm pretty proud of it. Okay, so taking that fluffy brush, I'm going over the edge of that color we just put down. So does anyone have New Year's resolutions? Usually every year I try to make one or a few, but this year I didn't really make any. It's just gonna try and have a good year. That's my resolution, I guess. Okay, now that these colors have been laid on, I think I'm gonna take this Corazon color on a tapered blending brush and run that in the crease and see what that does. It might not do anything because this color that I put down is pretty dark, but I want to try it anyway. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Wow. This is really pretty. Okay, don't worry about it getting too messy over here. We'll just clean it up. So right away, I noticed that these shadows have some fallout, which, I mean, doesn't bother me. It's not crazy fallout. It's just like a normal amount of fallout. It doesn't really bother me because I just pick up the extra fallout on my brush. I don't even know if you'll be able to see, but it's a little dusty, but the pigment is beautiful, which is what I expect of Kat Von D shadows. I'm gonna take the flat brush and blend. Okay, I'm taking that fluffy blending brush from the beginning. Does anyone else get tongue-tied a lot? Like, I don't know why, but I just can't speak right, I guess. Okay, I'm picking up a little bit more of that Besitos color just to try and blend out the edge up here a little more. I always see memes of like The Sims where it'll be like, you ever walk into a room and just forget what you went in there for? That's your creator basically canceling your action because all you are is a sim. I love playing The Sims, so you know, that's okay with me. Oh, speaking of video games, I mentioned Smash Bros earlier. That was one of the presents that I got for myself for Christmas. We were the first ones to have it out of our friend group, me and my husband. And so we grinded and got all the characters within like 2 days. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better already. I think we're gonna stop there and go in with another color. I'm gonna take the darkest shade in the palette, which is Eterno, which is like this really deep plum kind of color, and just pat that all over the lid. I might make this into like a half cut crease look maybe, just so I can use more of the colors. So I think I am going to go ahead and do like a half cut crease just so I can use more colors on the lid. So let me get my concealer and I'll be right back. I have returned with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair 00, and I'm taking that on a little Spectrum A16 brush. It's just a little flat synthetic brush. I want the brush to be smaller just because I'm going to be working in a smaller space, and I'm going to be doing I guess it's called the butterfly wing cut crease that Rocio always does. So I'm going to start on the inside, patting the concealer first, and then bringing it out, stamping it down first, looking down into a mirror just to make sure I don't get any of those skin folds with concealer. Okay, drag the concealer down, pick up a little more, just a little bit. You never want to use too much concealer because then it will, it can cause the shadows to crease and it can just make a mess too. I raise my eyebrows to get that line above my normal crease, my natural crease, just to sharpen it a little. It's almost like when you stretch your eye to like do liner or something. It's like the same idea. I don't know if I'm gonna leave it this shape or not. I'm gonna do the other eye and then decide if I want to keep this shape or not. Okay, so with the other eye done, I decided to go ahead and just keep the shape because I was trying to fix it and it was just making it worse. So I'm just gonna leave it how it is. Now I'm gonna set it with the color Promesa. This really light color over here on a little tiny synthetic brush. Now I'm going to take the color Lolita and I'm going to take it on a little flat brush. This is from Spectrum, the A15 brush from the Siren collection. I'm going to put this color on the inner and outer edges of this cut crease. So yeah, back to the shadow kit that I got. I want to do a video where I use some of the pigments that I made and talk about, you know, what they feel like and how they perform and stuff like that. Or maybe even do a video of me like experimenting and like creating the colors, the different colors in it. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe, I don't know, let me know. Do you think that would be a fun video idea? Because I may think it's pretty cool, but everyone else would probably be like, no, what the fuck? Well, obviously, Black Mirror released something over the holidays. The Bandersnatch game. I'm taking that brush we used for that light color earlier to blend the edges. The Bandersnatch movie from Black Mirror. I played it through a couple times and I have to say it's pretty freaking cool. I've only played through it a couple times, like I said, and because I looked up all the different endings, I didn't get an ending that was like really common. I'm not gonna say which ending because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't watched it, which if you haven't watched that and you have Netflix, you definitely need to watch it because, like I said, it's pretty freaking cool. Okay, I'm taking the color Con Amor on that same brush and I'm just gonna keep it really tight next to, or on the inner and outer corners. God dang it, I wish I could just talk like a normal person. Actually, I'm gonna switch brushes. I'm gonna switch to this little pointed brush and make it a little easier. Another thing that came out over the holidays that everybody and their freaking grandmas was talking about was that Bird Box movie. I will say that I have not watched it, nor do I have any intentions of watching it. Every time I've watched movies that like people freak out about, you know, on the internet, they have been terrible. Okay, I'm gonna take a little angled brush and pack that Eternal color on it and just go around the edges. I'm not going to swipe the color on, I'm going to pat it on so it stays where I put it. So I'm blending out that color, that line, with the brush that we used to pack on the Eternal color on the lid. Just lightly using windshield wiper motions to really disperse that shadow and blend it out. I kind of wanted to keep this look all matte, but knowing me, I might add some shimmer. Anyway, so I'm going to clean up the bottom of my eye and then probably do my face off camera, and then I'll be back to finish the eye look. Okay, now that I have my face done, I'm gonna finish it off using something else I got for Christmas, the Kat Von D Fetish face palette. The packaging is so gorgeous. I think Kat really hit it out of the park with this collection. I think I'm gonna go in with the blush first. I'm gonna use the color Bathory, I think, and I might mix it in with Coven a little bit just to help sheer it out a little. So I'm gonna smile, pat it where I want it. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop there for now. I might go in with a little more laser after I apply my highlighter. So I'm using the same one, and I think I'm gonna pick up the Magic color, that like orangey color. I'm kind of scared to try these because they're pretty glittery looking, and I'm usually not a fan of like glittery highlights, but I'm willing to try it. Yeah, they're super glittery. I usually stay away from glittery highlights because they tend to like really emphasize texture on my skin. But I don't know, I kind of like how it looks now that the texture of my skin has gotten better. It's really, really pretty. Like, wow. 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 I'm going to use a smaller brush to highlight my nose. So yeah, I would say if you don't mind highlights that are more glitter than like shimmer, these are definitely it. Taking that brush that I used to put my blush on earlier, and just going over it again to help blend in my highlighter. Alright, let's finish up the eyes real quick. I'm going to take this angled brush and the color Recuerdos. I can't say it. Anyway, I'm packing that under my eye and connecting it to the wing. Okay, I'm going to take that little angled brush that we used earlier in the eye and take the Eternal and run it on the outer half of my eye. I'm going to take some black liner and run that in the waterline real quick. So I ran the Eternal color underneath my eye. The only color that we didn't use is Hermosura, which is this color here. So I think I'm just going to run that underneath my eye with a fluffy brush. Now I think I'm going to take the Rose Shot color from the face palette on a brush and put it on my inner corners. Alright, now I'm going to take a glitter and put it right about here on my eyes. I'm taking the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter in Volume. So the eyes are now done. I'm going to move on to the lips. And for the lips, I'm using the NYX lip liner in Nude Beige. This is just to give like a base to Kat Von D's Damned liquid lipstick. Okay, make sure to shake the lip before using it. And again, this is Kat Von D's Damned liquid lip. Alright, so this is it. I'm gonna pop on some lashes and mascara, and then I'll be back to give you my thoughts on what I used today. Okay, so I popped on some lashes, and these are Space Bun lashes from Saucy Lashes. Anyway, So back to the palette and, well, I guess they're both palettes. The review, first impressions. I don't have a lot to say. I mean, I am very familiar with Kat Von D's shadow formula, how her shadows perform, the pigmentation of them. So this didn't really surprise me. It's not anything new formulation-wise. I love the colors, I love the color theory. The packaging is always on point. Of course, Kat never fails to come through with beautiful packaging. So for the face palette, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not a super big fan of really glittery highlights, but even still, like, these are beautiful. They're a little powdery when you first apply them, but they melt into the skin really nice. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but there's all three of them swatched. And for the blushes, they obviously were very pigmented, so I was afraid of putting too much on. The packaging of the palette, of course, I mentioned earlier, stunning, beautiful, amazing, fantastic. I love it. It kind of reminds me of like a latex outfit, and there's like embroidery on it. It's A+. So yeah, I don't have anything negative to say other than, you know, what I said about the highlights, which isn't really a negative. I love them. I love Kat Von D. I love her brand, and she did not disappoint. Oh, and the Urban Decay glitter. Since that's not really first impressions because I had used it before already, but I like them. Although it kind of like burned when it got too close to my waterline, so that was kind of weird. And maybe because I just got too close, or my eyes are sensitive or something, but yeah, don't get them too close to your waterline is what I would say. It's a beautiful color. I love it. Can't wait to try out the other ones that came in the set. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I would appreciate it so much. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.